All right, total focus on Purdue rivalry game. Obviously, big game. Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Thanksgiving weekend. Really need to get the students back. Need to pack the stadium. It's got to be loud. It's got to be a winning edge for us. We've got to have a great week of preparation, and you know, take care of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Put ourselves in the best position for Saturday. They're a capable team, and they're not having the kind of season they wanted to have, obviously. But they're also a team that scored 40 points in the second half against Illinois to come back from a 27-3 deficit and send the game to overtime. So at this level, everybody's capable. So we've got to play well and play very well. Last week, obviously, not the outcome that we wanted. Thought we did some good things. I thought defensively, overall, other than the last drive, take away the last drive where we hold them under 300 yards, 17 points. Offense, good first drive, good last drive, but in between, not a whole lot there. And, we got to shore our pass protection up. We had some missed assignments, a couple physical errors. One time got beat one-on-one. But we got to take the hits off the quarterback because I don't know a quarterback in the country, if he gets hit over and over again, they all lose their effectiveness. So I thought we ran the ball fairly well. I mean, we averaged over 4.5 yards a carry, take a knee play at the end of the half, and ran the ball fairly well. Obviously, the punt team cost us 14 points. It's a 7-7 game with about 1:40 to go in the second quarter. We drop the snap, and they get the ball on the 7-yard line. And then we punt the ball, first series of the second half, and get a 79-yard punt return for a touchdown. Punt's supposed to be kicked to the right and ends up over on the left number, and all of our coverage is going right. Ball goes left, and we were in a bad spot. So looking forward to this game. Said what I had to say about the college football playoff after the game. The only thing I'm going to say today is we're sitting in a good spot. But we got to take care of business. And that's that. Questions?
Yeah, you mentioned the pass protection. When you kind of look at the last 6 quarters, kind of the second half against Michigan, any commonalities in the struggle? I mean, I know, noise, take the noise out of it, but anything else that you saw on tape that kind of reoccurring problems that you guys got to kind of fix?
Missed assignments and poor technique would be the themes. 5 sacks against Ohio State. We had 3 missed assignments. Routine stuff, communication stuff. We got beat physically one time. And poor technique on a weak side twist, which was similar to what Michigan had given us the week before. A little different, but similar. They had a little weak side linebacker end twist that we just didn't do a good job with. So we got to get back in sync offensively, and get our rhythm back, where we're playing with a lot of confidence, scoring points in bunches, and running the ball and throwing the ball with equal success.
Is part of that, you mentioned on Saturday kind of the increased athleticism and sort of Michigan and Ohio State. Is that part of why those things crop up, where maybe a guy forgets technique because you're facing a guy that's quicker or they're more speed?
Most of our problems Saturday were assignment errors, right? Like day one protection, certain lineman's supposed to go to the left and he doesn't. Or, there were 3 5-man pressures and 2 4-man pressures. One was a simulated pressure. All routine stuff. And we didn't do a good job of handling it. We protected really well the first series. We protected well the last series. But, in between, we had that 3rd and 1 play where we got called for the false start, put us in 3rd and 6. Okay, they brought a blitz. We didn't block it right. Quarterback got hit. He got hit 4 of the next 5 passes, sacked, and then so when he did have the opportunity to throw the football, he wasn't quite as effective with his reads or his accuracy. And, when you get rocked like that, not many guys are.
Curt, you talked about the hits on Curtis. Just at the wear and tear of the season at this point, they're going to take some hits by this point in the season. How do you manage that? And then also with his thumb, it's going to be cold on Saturday. How does he manage that part of it in terms of his
No,
own
the
comfort?
thumb has really progressed well. That's not an issue. And we've got to do a better job of protecting the quarterback. And I'm confident that we will.
You mentioned all the special teams errors. I guess how did you see James handle the aftermath of that, just reviewing the film from that? And I guess how do you reassure him to make sure something like that doesn't shake him?
Well, it was a good snap. We kind of had our hands on the back half of the ball. And then the next punt was the one that was supposed to go right and went way to the left for the touchdown. So it wasn't a great day for that unit. It's got to be better.
Kind of a two-part question. You hear coaches talk all the time about how beneficial it is to play beyond the end of the regular season, bowl game, postseason, whatever, those extra practices. Kind of where do you fall on that as far as the benefits to younger players, and how do you and your staff approach those practices to maybe give them some of the attention and reps they don't get because you're prepping during the regular season?
Yeah, well, it depends on when you play and how much time and how many practices. But in terms of keeping the guys that are actually going to play fresh, I've always done a good job of managing that. And, any more getting the young guys some work is good, but, they're going to get plenty of work in spring ball.
Curt, the team's coming off of a loss for the first time this season. How do you expect them to react, and especially going into a rivalry game where a lot of the guys are not used to this being the rivalry game?
Yeah, but they all understand what a rivalry game is, and they know what's at stake. So I expect us to have a great week.
Coach, I saw that the Purdue quarterback, I think, is coming off a career high in passing yards, stuff like that. Just talk a little bit about the problems they present offensively and defensively.
Yeah. Quarterback's a very talented guy. He's got arm talent and really good escapability. Tight end is a weapon with 46 catches. And the one receiver, 7, is a very explosive player. And they got a speed guy, too, and then they got some guys that make good contested catches. I've always thought the running back was good. The center is an excellent player. Right tackle's very athletic. Scheme is good. Defensively, they've given up some points, but, they've tweaked a few things, and they're playing better defense. And, they're a very capable football team, but the quarterback's experienced.
Back to Ohio State real quick. What did you notice were the differences? You talked about the struggles of the pass protection. What were the differences in the run blocking department that allowed you guys to be decently successful on the ground?
I just thought we did a nice job of coming off the ball and, targeting the right people. And I thought the backs ran really well. And we had pretty good downfield blocking.
Hey, Coach. Tyler Stevens has kind of been moved around the line throughout his entire career. Just how have you seen him relish that opportunity, and how beneficial has he been this season?
Yeah, I think he's done a really nice job both games at left guard. I hate that we lost Drew Evans because I'm very high on him, and he's got a couple of years of eligibility left. He's a real tough guy. But Tyler Stevens has stepped in and he's done well.
With the how much? I mean, I know college football playoff isn't guaranteed, but for teams that do make it, you've got that. You've got the transfer portal window opening. You've got early signing day. How much have you kind of developed a structure to sort of handle everything that's going to be happening all at once with your assistants? And how much of a time crunch is that to sort of have to reshape a roster? Because you've said you're going to have to hit the portal hard, having to do that kind of in the next couple of weeks. Well,
Yeah, and I think I can talk more about that next week. Obviously, we all knew December was coming, and all the different things that would be going on. So I've had a lot of time to think about that. Right now, my total focus is on Purdue.
My question was going to be kind of about the portal, and I know you're focused on the season, but any position groups in particular that you feel really need to be addressed from that avenue?
I mean, we'll address that at the end of the season. Right now, our focus is on Purdue.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.